A very warm Sunday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the losers bracket final in this very exciting ongoing competition, the LUSAKA 80-man double life tournament, which is happening and has been happening for the last 2 days here at the Billiards Cafe in Lusaka, Zambia. It is the final of the losers bracket in a double life competition. That's what happens. The overall final is played between the winner of the winners bracket and the winner of the losers bracket. The winner of the winners bracket is Griffin Safford, while the winner of the losers bracket will be one of these two players, whoever wins this match, and will face Griffin, who will be having his 2 lives in the final intact. Caesar Chandiga of Uganda taking on Ibrahim Sejema of Uganda. They are racing to 9. Scores are 0-0. Tag a friend to tell a friend to come and witness this action for the second time today. Caesar is about to take the lead, a very, very, very quick frame, and now leads 1-0. In the meantime, it is Ibra Sejema who is also on the break with a rare opportunity to have a direct response to an apple by making an apple of his own. In the meantime, the two players have already faced off today in the semi-final of the winners bracket, and that match was won by Ibra. A very, very pulsating, mind-blowing, cruciating match. Played for 2 hours. Ibra won in a decider 9-8. Very, very memorable match. It will live very long in my memory, especially the closing stages of that match, in which both players could hardly pot a ball because of nerves and pressure. Here comes Ibra to respond with an apple after Caesar opened his account with an apple. It will be very nice if we will have the first 2 frames played with 1 visit each from these 2 amazing Ugandan players. 1-0 Caesar up. The attempt by Ibra is to respond to an apple with an apple. He will go for the long range shot in the corner pocket closest to your screen on the left. He has to be on target. The rest will be fine. He's on target, but the rest is not fine as white ball. Its movement is intercepted by the black. Therefore, Ibra ends up being self-snookered, comes out of the angle, finds the blue, but doesn't pot it, and leaves it open for Caesar to take away. Caesar does a shot which is both offensive and defensive, taking control of the pocket and snookering Ibra, who finds his yellow, but the frame is pretty much under Caesar's radar. So many times these guys have faced off, and whenever they do face off, the African pool fraternity all has their eyes on them. When they faced off in the semi of the winners bracket, it was as if it was only one match going on, and yet they were about 6, because there were 2 semi-finals ongoing at the same time and 4 other matches in the losers bracket. But what a match that one was. Every time Caesar has been snookering Ibra in this frame, Ibra has been finding the ball. Dropping to the losers bracket in double elimination system is a very, very complicated idea. Caesar has not rested ever since losing out to Ibra, something which happened around 3 hours ago. He next faced Victor in the losers category, whom he defeated 9-7. Then faced Inspector, whom he defeated, I think, 9-5 just a few minutes ago, in which that match ended. Is now taking on Ibra in another race to 9, and should Caesar win, just assuming should Caesar win this match, he will have to face Stanford Griffin of Malawi in the overall final, in which case Stanford still has his 2 lives intact, and if Caesar is to win, he will have 2 more matches to win. By the way, same applies to Ibra, just that he will have played less matches since his defeat. So the advantage is onto the player who either is on the winning side of the chart, or the player who dropped out of the winners bracket latest. Now in this case it is Ibra. Caesar has to negotiate that yellow ball in the center pocket, which he does. The rest is formalities. He looks set to take a 2-0 cushion. White ball moves around the black. Excellent shooting. And is about to sink in this octagon to increase his lead to 2-0. Ibra has already demonstrated today against the same player, Caesar, that a lead of 2, 3, 4 games is not insurmountable whatsoever. Actually, Caesar led 5-1 in the semis of their first life, both of them, and yet Ibra came back in a race to 9, and in fact was the first player to 8. Caesar equalized and took the match to a decider, which Ibra won. But what a match it was. I know everybody will remember where they were when that match happened, whether you were watching online or at the venue itself. I don't even think this match between the same players can replicate the quality of a pool characterized by brilliance, by pressure, by accuracy, by mistakes, by nerves. Everything that characterizes a big match between big rivals. 2-0. Caesar in the lead. The prize for winning this tournament is a place in the overall final, what is actually known as the finals final. Ibra will need all of the composure that he applied against the same player in the winners semis in order to win this match. In fact, both of them are wounded buffaloes because they have already lost in this tournament before. Of course, they are in the losers bracket, but Caesar, I would say, is twice wounded because besides being on the losers side of the chart, he was defeated by the same opponent already in this competition. The race is 9, ladies and gentlemen. In a tournament of any kind, it is by no means a short race. The brand of table is united. I really appreciate the quality of the table, the bounce of the cushions, the quality of tablecloths or felts, the quality of the cue balls and object balls, the cleanliness of the tables themselves, the table leveling. The game standards are on point. Big thanks to Zaid Monshi as well as Victor for treating Africa to this wonderful bit of action. As a media personality, the one missing component in this tournament is provision of a separate event for the ladies. Every time it happens, pool does not win. Our sport is not a sexist sport. It is not a men's sport. It is not a physical sport. Every time men are allowed the opportunity to shine without women being allowed their own, it frustrates the growth of ladies' pool, and yet its growth is meant to be dependent on the men. Just as in real life, the growth of ladies is dependent on men. Therefore, as organizers, I do appeal to you always not to ignore, to neglect the fact that having ladies involved is a necessity. They too keep training and have dreams and treat this game as a sport. Ibrahim Sejemba 0, Caesar Chandiga 2. It's a wonderful sequence of shots from Ibra. All he'll need is to roll as cool, as calm as a cucumber. That blue ball in that corner pocket, white, slowly bouncing off the cushion. Somehow he misses. And yet Caesar responds negatively himself with a miss. The last two shots are reminiscent of the decider these two guys were involved in a few hours ago, earlier today. Ibra on the verge of his first win of the match, sinks in the black 2-1. Not just a fair break from Ibra, this is a very good break. 2 blues sunk in and 1 yellow. The blues look to be the better positioned balls, apart from them being fewer. I really think they are the balls he's going for. His only worry would be that blue ball which is resting against the cushion, and by that body language of his, I think he's fancying it as the last shot, because should he simply roll it in with all other blues cleared, he will be putting black ball in the center. By his body language, that I think is his route to victory. But that previous table closing shot was not as effective as he hoped it would turn out in the end of the day, because he has scissors yellow ball blocking the path of one of the blues, especially looking at that corner pocket closest to your screen on the right. Good cue action. From my viewing area, it seems that blue ball is the problem. Maybe he's playing to open it up by his body language, by his cue stance. Opens it up, but not open enough. He ought to have used a little more energy. The skill was on point, the choice of shot was on point, the execution lacked just a little bit of energy. And yet the bad news is that it's a risk leaving a game as open as this one to Caesar. Plays the connection, which also lacks accuracy. Advantage Caesar. What a fancy shot from Ibra. The rest is the obvious. There we go. Just like that, black is sunk in and the score is 2-2. Are we having another game going down to the wire? Will it be as tense and as nervy as the previous contest between the two? Will Caesar be able to run away with it this time round? Will he succumb to defeat to Ibra for the third time in succession, something that has never happened before? The prize for winning this match for either of these players is a position in the finals final to take on Stanford Griffin, who will have 2 lives intact. In the meantime, As per the scoreboard on the top of your screen, the scores in red are for Ibra, the scores in blue are for Caesar. I need predictions, guys. I need predictions. No matter who you may be supporting, I need predictions. This is a match, whenever it goes on, many of you will afford even to go without lunch, or as per today, maybe without supper. One choice for the organizers that has been taken, which I also wouldn't agree with, is the choice to increase the race in the losers category to 7, starting from the round of last 8. From 7 to 9, actually. That was not mindful of time and fatigue for the players. Vianney Viva says you support Caesar, but Ibra looks fresh compared to Caesar. Noted. Ndivu Zatisusu says Ibra will win 9-8 again. A decider. Trinity Mugumia says it is too tight and you think Caesar will win. Mixagi EQ says Ibra will win 9-7. Sam Colwyn says the game is unpredictable because they are all good in their own ways, but that's not a prediction. Sam Aaron Mwanje says Ibra will win 9-7. If I'm not mistaken, Aaron Mwanje is Ibra's former captain at Team Captainate. Francis Salvador Cheyune says 9-7, but doesn't say who will win. In his opinion, Musolo Rogers Keith says, looking at the morale of Caesar, he's most likely to win. MacArthur Newey says Caesar to win. King Jemo says 9-7 in Caesar's favor. Kawaye Chris doesn't give a prediction. Andres Molapo says 9-7 in Caesar's favor. Don Daddy Watson says Caesar is winning 9-7. Mwanje Joseph says Caesar will win. Shu Senior says Ibra 9, Caesar 7, and yet you are Caesar's fan. Thank you for the prediction. Waswa Fred Chitade says Caesar will win 9-7. Charity Andrew says Ibra has an upper hand of winning this race because Caesar is tired. Prince Lisan Kalima says Caesar will win. Thabo Lusinga, you are watching live from State House. Which State House, Thabo? Yusuf Corvis says imagine these guys will play Gente, who is even now resting and also having 2 lives. Yes, he's actually seated, taking some water and watching this game and reading the style of these guys. Dennis Chirigwajo, I think with Betty Tabitha supporting Ibra. Tarema Bernard says Caesar 9, Ibra 6. Josias Mali says Caesar 9, Ibra 6. Pina Shamira. Bell Anthony Egesa says Caesar is tired and Ibra is winning. Betty Tabitha is now permitting me to read Spina's message. Mobs Mush says it's too late when it's too tight. Caesar looks tired, but he will win, says Extra Media. Don Daddy Jackson says Caesar will win 9-7. Lubega Beata says Ibra to win. I'm surprised by your prediction, Beata. Masha Abra says Caesar will win 9-6. Prince Jones says Caesar will win 9-7. Prince Disan Kalima says Caesar will win 9-6. Rogers Muliowa says Caesar is tired. Linda Roberts says Ibra 9, Caesar 8. Michael Kea says Ibra will win 9-6. Nigel says Caesar 9 and Ibra 8. Don Daddy Watson says Caesar will win 9-7. Kimblad, you said you want to play me when I come back. I'm not a player. The only person I want to play is always hiding away from me, and is even at the venue here. He's called Mr. William Soko. He's the only player I want to have a match with, ladies and gentlemen. Francis Salvador says Caesar will win 9-7. Jairus Masoboni says Caesar will win 9-3. Sikuku M. Sikuku says Caesar will win 9-6. And yet on the table, Ibra is about to take the lead with that Q action, and now leads 3-2. Caesar won the first 3 frames. Ibra has won the next 3. Scores are 3-2 in favor of Ibra. This time round, both of these players are starting off brilliantly, each of them. There we go with the equalizing frame from Caesar, a very fast one at that. 3-3. And whoever loses this match, by the way, will be confirmed in position number 3. In the venue, I can see 3 beautiful trophies. Those are for the players who will finish in the first 3 positions. So each player on this table is assured of at least a trophy. There is prize money. If I can take some time to look through my gallery. The pot is 100,000 Zambian kwacha, with half of that money going to whoever wins the tournament, while the remaining kwacha being shared among the players who reach from positions number 2 up to 8, with the money varying according to the position. Remember, a double elimination format allows for positioning of players even from the 5th up to the 8th. It's not as if number 6, 7, 8 and 5 get the same amount of money. They are classified. For instance, whoever loses this match will be number 3, no doubt. And the Inspector Tendai Mobaiwa of Zimbabwe is confirmed in position number 4. If I'm not mistaken, Victor should be in position number 5. He's the highest performing Zambian. Of course, Zambian seed number 1. But the performance of Team Zambia has been nothing short of disappointing. They are too good not to have a name among the top 4 of a tournament organized on Zambian soil. Ibra misses and sets the black, and should Caesar see off these yellows, the black is there for his taking. And yet Caesar too misses. Is it signs of nerves between the players? Is it fatigue? Remember, whoever wins this match will have to face Sanford Griffin in the final, in which case Griffin will have 2 lives intact. Should Griffin win the match at the first time of asking, that will be done. He will be champion. Should he be beaten, the same player who will have beaten him will have another match with him to determine the champion, as Ibra Sejemba pulls off a brilliant shot that opens up the corner pocket. It seems this match will be lost by the first player who is either frustrated or tired. It is likely to be pretty much a mind game. A match that may be won more in the mind and not exactly on table, because it is not business as usual. Every time these players are used to facing off, it is straight knockout. They are not so tired. Sometimes it is a final. Many times it has been finals. But today, the two of them are firstly on foreign soil and secondly in a loser's final, and with too much at stake. At home in Uganda, Caesar is way more dominant than Ibra, but outside Ugandan soil, Ibra has been the more dominant figure. He is the only Ugandan, the first and second to have won competitions of this kind. In this exact arrangement, he won the Matthew Ngolwe Championship in late 2019 here in Lusaka, defeating Victor in the final On that day, he lost his first life in the second round and went all the way in his second life, reaching the final and winning it against Victor. Then in a single life competition organized 2 months ago in Kenya, the Grand Mchana Open, the same player defeated Saif from Tanzania to pocket home a trophy and $5,000 US. Caesar survives prematurely potting black, but I do not think he will survive losing this frame given the positioning of the balls and Ibra's game reading. Like you are seeing the shot he has just taken. What can Caesar do? Maybe go for the center pocket of the blue. He simply prayed to free his ball. The crowd are simply looking on, letting these Ugandans take the fight on against each other. It seems they will be more interested in the final involving one of these two men against Stanford Gribbing. I would assume that the neutrals could be supporting Caesar because Ibra has already taken on Stanford. They may want to see him take on Caesar. Ibra on the penultimate object ball. Should he sink it in? Oh! At times, you cannot help but to wonder what really goes on in the minds of these players. Why was he going hard? Why even? Because Caesar had one dead ball. Ibra was safe with either potting or simply setting his ball. There was no need of risking. Now what would have been a 4-3 lead for Ibra is now a 4-3 lead for Caesar. Every time mistakes happen at this level, you do not walk away with them. Caesar 4, Ibra 3. Thank you for watching, my good friend, Dr. Eric Nagaba, a top shooter from Akanya Pool Club in Kampala. Thank you for watching. And you are urging me on to keep the fire burning. Apart from following my passion, I just decided to keep away from the pool in my country, because some of it nowadays is not played on table. For me, my passion is the sport on table. I'm not interested in the politics of the sport. Caesar 4, Ibra 3. Alexander Eric Gonamwamba, you are failing to enjoy the game, you say, because the players, I couldn't figure out that comment properly. Good cue action from Ibra. This clearance will go down as nothing short of brilliant. Should Ibra win this match, we shall have a repeat of the winners' final, which happened around 1.5 hours ago between himself and Griffin. And also importantly, should Ibra win this match, I think he will officially have brought to an end the dominance of Caesar against himself every time the two players have met before, because Caesar's big head-to-head advantage over Ibra would have been cut down enormously, because Ibra would have won Caesar 3 times in succession. Remember what happened in the final of an 8-man comp at Dice Lounge. Remember what happened 3 hours ago. Should Ibra win this match, I do believe the dominance over Caesar on him in terms of head-to-head statistics will have been balanced. 4-4 between Caesar and Ibra. Caesar to break. There he goes. Yellow is spotted. Table is open. All balls, given the abilities of these players, seem fine. I wouldn't fault him for any choice of balls. He would go for Caesar now that he's on table, but maybe the yellows look the better positioned. We'll go for the blues, and he pots, but his white ball is nowhere near good. He will go for the bank. He must try out the bank shot. Maybe that blue ball which is nearing the cushion, maybe taking it to the corner pockets, ends up in failure, but the shot is a safety. Alfred Abotrika predicts that Jinte will beat both of these players. He won't face both of them again. Jinte will face one of them, whoever wins this match. Moves Mush, you say Ibra is deadly nowadays. Not just nowadays, he has always been deadly. Robert Tiga. Yes, you are reminding me. Thank you very much. It won't be 3 times in succession should Caesar win this match. There was a victory for Caesar, which I've just been reminded, in the Howley Cup. Yes, in that competition, Caesar defeated Ibra. If I'm not mistaken, that one ended 7-2 in Johannesburg, just about 500 kilometers from where we are. Again, Ibra misses. I don't know, sometimes these players in this match have shown flashes of their brilliance, but at times they have looked fatigued. Fatigue can be witnessed when the player doesn't take enough time trying to aim at the ball as they normally do, because they are tired. It can also be seen on the body language. Someone needs to talk to them to try and take in some sugar intake in their body. A soda will do, an energy drink will do, glucose will do. That one was told to me by Dr. Herbert, who I suspect is watching this video if he's not sleeping off already. Thank you for watching. And Dr. Herbert now advises that Fanta would do better. Five, 4. Caesar in the lead. I cannot shy away from thinking, not because of the level of play, that Gente is a big favorite to win this tournament. Not just because he's already in the final, not just because he's a very good player in himself, but these players are simply wearing each other out to simplify his work in the final. They are just human. Fatigue is part of the game. On the side of the organizers, the surely wrong thing they did was to raise the race in the losers bracket. Apart from the fatigue of the players which it creates, it is not mindful of timekeeping. The safety of the players as they go back to their homes is more important than the attempt to win money or a tournament. So for us all as tournament organizers, that is another lesson learned. But of course, we had to obey the rules. It is this match still midway, and if there is either one more match or two more. For whoever wins this match, two more matches will be a little too much, especially against a player as talented as Gente. Okay. Tell them your name.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hoping and trusting that you are enjoying this live transmission on Peter Chove Live. It's actually a new page, Break and Finish Live. Remember, his page, Peter Chove Live, was hacked and he does not have access to it right now. But as it were, you are watching this semi-final match between Caesar and Ibra. The scoreline currently is 5-4 in favor of Caesar. as the scoreboard is suggesting there. These two players faced each other earlier in the tournament when it went all the way to the wire. Oh, we have a power surge here, power outage, not surge, power outage. Usually it takes just a couple of seconds before power is restored. I don't know why it's taking almost a minute plus now. There is an automatic connection for the power backup, which is usually restored just within a couple of seconds after whenever there is a power outage. Probably within the next 5 minutes or so, power will be restored, and the match will resume. Probably within just the next 2-3 minutes, power will definitely be restored. I don't know why the backup could not pick, but within the next couple of minutes or seconds, power will definitely be restored. Oh, and here we are. Power is restored. Caesar on the table, trying to go for a finish there, but he still has this ball on the near bottom left pocket to contend with. He really needs to be at a very good angle for him to have full access of this ball. I think he wants to put on the center and have the white come down this side to make sure that it actually goes the other way. I thought he was gonna go on the center and have the white come all the way here to make contact and just try to develop that blue, but it was very, very okay. He played it in a very, very smart way, and now he's gonna go long and put in the top right corner pocket there, and he does that with relative ease. A very, very good play by Caesar. He leads 6-4, and he only needs one frame for him to go to the final and face Ginte. What a beautiful play by Caesar. Oh, as beautiful as this break is, it's only a dry break. Blue very much on. Blue very much on. I don't think Caesar is going to be brought back on the table here. Unless otherwise. These players look very, very tired, and they are tired. So they are definitely bound to make a mistake or two. I think it would be a good idea to put the blue that is next to the black there, and then deciding to go along that other side. Yeah, and he goes for the same. Mistakes are bound to be made here. These players have had a long day, and they really look tired, and they are tired actually. Not only do they look tired, they are actually very, very tired. So mistakes are bound to be made. A very, very good shot by Ibra here. He can easily now deal with the ball that is on the rail and the bottom left, on the left corner pocket, top left pocket there. He does that very, very well. Now he can go with the blue that is on the left side, take it to the center. Center it is, he makes it. And same pocket again. Beautiful display by Ibra. What a beautiful play out there. He's a very, very patient boy on the table. Oh, he overcooks it a little bit. Did he overcook it, wanting it for the center, or he undercooked it, wanting it for the bottom left corner? He's taking the bottom left corner with a little dip to protect himself in getting in the center pocket. Beautiful play. And Ibra leads. Ibra actually trails 5-6. It's Caesar 6 and Ibra 5. What a matchup. Earlier in the day, they gave us one of the most exciting matches that we have seen in this tournament. That went to the wire. Very, very good play out by Ibra here. Surely Ibra would want to get past Caesar again and redeem himself against Ginte. Remember the Memphis Ngulube tournament a couple of years back? It was won by Ibra. Can he repeat the same feat here? Let's wait and see. But it was a dry break. Yellow looks very much on, just except the black. Where is it gonna go? Opts to go for the blue, because the blue is where the black is secured. So I think it was a very, very wise decision to go the blue here, because he will not need to contend anything to contend with the black. He will simply have to put that ball that is seemingly close the black and have full access of the blue of the black with that same top left corner pocket. It's been quite a tiring day, I must confess. I can just imagine how the players are feeling and what the players are going through. Beautiful shot to give himself that little angle for a dip, so that those both balls can go in the same pocket, and he successfully does that. Not a bad one, definitely not a bad one. I think it gives him a shot that he can use to come out of here to go and position himself for the same pocket for the other blue. I'm sure these two blues will go in the same pocket. Oh, not so very well. Ibra opts to play safety, which is a snooker. What a day, what a tournament. This is a tournament that has had some very, very good quality in terms of the players. Except for the South African contingent, who are also going to be recently in the near future, probably in the next couple of days, be having a tournament of their own. Most of the good players you expect to see have actually been part of this tournament. Talking of Hussein of Tanzania, was very much part of the tournament. Played Ishmael in the first round and was eliminated. Was eliminated in the first round and had to lose another life later on in the tournament. Ahmadias was eliminated by Ibra, the Tanzanian Ahmadias. Kobeloto of Tanzania was also part of the tournament. Maluva of Zimbabwe was part of the tournament. Pakanati, Sakala, Hard Life, Inspector, Mambo, all these were so very much part of the tournament. And now Ibra want to develop those two balls that are lying there on the right. Not so successful, but he ends up getting a snooker there, and Caesar needs to play through an angle. Caesar commits a foul. Two shots to Ibra. I think this can be all but over. Beautiful shot. Another beautiful shot. Now he has to go for that yellow that is at the far end rail. Beautiful. And Ibra is definitely taking this one to the wire again. The last one went to the wire, and this one is going to the wire. This one they are racing to 7. The last one they were racing to 9. So Ibra is taking this to the wire again. Caesar 6 and Ibra 6 going to the wire, just like the last one went to the wire. Too much quality from these players, but exhaustion has taken its toll. The players have had a long day. They have had couple of long days, really. It's really taken out a lot of these players. It's a dry break by Caesar. Considering the black that is formed a bond with those two yellows on the top right side of the table, no ways you'd suggest that this frame is gonna be a red apple. I think it's gonna be a tactical frame, this one. A very tactical frame this one is gonna be. Oh, Caesar sinks the white, commits a foul. 2 shots there. What's gonna be the plan with Ibra? I think it's just where the black and those 2 yellows are that needs to be sorted. He sorts that one out very, very well, but again the black is not in a position where it's got a pocket. Oh, and he doesn't close the table. It's still an open table. Oh, wow. Wow, wow. I think Caesar is running away with this one now. I think Ibra concentrated more on trying to develop that black. The accuracy and Q control seem to have deserted these players. Would love to see how he's gonna give himself. Oh, dear me, what's going on here? These players are tired, I tell you. They've had 2 very, very long days. They are tired. Very, very uncharacteristic of these players to not take such kind of chances. Any other day when that happens, you know Caesar is finishing. Any other day when that happens, you know Ibra is finishing. But the whole thing has really had a toll on them. Let's see and see. Let's wait and see what Ibra is gonna make out of this. Definitely Ibra taking this one. Is it gonna be redemption time for Ibra? Ibra playing against Ginte. Definitely Ibra would want to redeem himself in the final against Ginte. The only defeats for Caesar in these tournaments have come at the hands of Ibra. It was a race to 7, this one. Ibra prevails over Caesar. And they're going to be facing, Ibra again is facing Ginte in the final.